And thanks for being with us this afternoon here at 4 o'clock. We begin with an update to breaking news after NorthPark Center was evacuated earlier this afternoon because of an alleged bomb threat there. Brittany Moncrief live with details there at the scene this afternoon. What do we know, Brittany?
Well, Jason, since then, that evacuation has been lifted. The road behind me, Northwest Highway, is back open. People are able to go back onto the mall's premises. There were police cars there blocking it, but now they've since moved. I'm going to show you some chopper video that we have here from earlier today, just showing how this evacuation took place. You have to think it's the mall, so there's a lot of people in the mall, and this evacuation took a few hours just to get everyone out of that mall. We saw multiple streets blocked off in and around the mall, and then we've been across the street at a strip mall just outside of the mall that's on Northwest Highway. And at that strip mall, we were talking to some employees who actually had to come over to this side, and they told us that around 11:30, they heard an alarm in the mall. And they said that's not out the ordinary because usually there's testing done throughout the week. But this time, they said police and security went around to the different stores and told employees that they had to evacuate, as well as guests that were in the mall. And so they evacuated. They were out in the parking lot for maybe about 15 minutes. And they say after that, they were told that they had to leave the premises entirely. So we spoke to one employee who worked inside the mall there, and she just broke down just what took place earlier and just how scary that scene was for them.
It's definitely intense. Obviously, I work here, so being in such a huge populated area, such a large mall, that comes with its own natural, anxieties of it. So for something to actively happen, it's definitely scary and anxious.
And Jason, as we mentioned earlier, our sources are telling us that it was a bomb threat that led to these evacuations. Again, Northwest Highway is open. You can access the mall now that evacuation has been lifted, and employees are allowed back into the mall as well as shoppers. But again, earlier today was a much different scene, a scary scene, and we're just thankful that everyone is safe. Jason?
All right, Brittany, thank you so much for the update and for the coverage throughout the afternoon there. This isn't the first time NorthPark Center has been evacuated in just the last few years. We were looking through our past coverage and found there have been at least 5 instances between 2020 and 2025, in fact. We are still working this latest one, of course, and we'll have continuous coverage in our later newscasts. Well, we know that threat today definitely impacted the side streets there around the mall, even some traffic being diverted over onto Central Expressway in that area. That was when we broke the news earlier. So let's get over to Stacia Wilson now. Stacia, what are you seeing in that area at this point?
So we're looking along 75 southbound. So this is the side that was impacted the most. You had the service road closed while this was going on along 75 southbound, and traffic was being forced onto the highway. Traffic, that's all open, but traffic is heavy in this portion of the Metroplex. And a lot of it has to do, though, with the fact that we've had ongoing construction throughout much of the afternoon just south of this location at Fitzhugh. That road work just wrapped up, so I have a feeling that this backup, and as people leave the mall and that traffic starts to pan out, will be easing out very shortly. The bigger issue that we're seeing is over in Tarrant County. We're watching a major accident that has a portion of North Loop 820 currently closed on the eastbound side. It's shut down between Beach Street and Texas 26 as a result, again, of a major accident. The Tex Express lanes are open. That's going to be your best bet at this time. Let me give you a better viewpoint of what's happening there. You can see all of those lanes are closed and have been for a couple of hours now. Looks like the westbound side moving along with no issues. Again, though, if you absolutely have to travel through here, stay on the service road, or not a bad afternoon to take the Tex Express lanes. Jason?
All right, Stacia, thank you for that. A woman who was seriously injured in this home explosion in Lake Dallas recently is now suing Atmos Energy. Jessica Lopez claims last Thursday's gas leak is the result of Atmos negligence. The lawsuit claims she did not have any natural gas appliances in her home and that she wasn't even an Atmos customer. Atmos tells us that safety is their highest priority and that they are looking into this matter. Meantime, we're speaking with the man who rescued Lopez from that home explosion. You're going to hear from him coming up in just a little while in our 6 p.m. newscast. The CEO of Dallas Area Rapid Transit is stepping down at a pivotal moment for that transit agency. Nadine Lee informing DART's board of her decision last night after going into executive session. Lee has led the agency since 2021, but right now DART is facing serious funding issues and the possibility of losing some of its member cities. University Park, Highland Park, and Addison are all planning special elections in May to possibly withdraw from DART. As a possible government shutdown continues, today a House Homeland Security Committee shared testimony about how the shutdown is impacting TSA agents who are still working without paychecks.
Every day the shutdown drags on moves us closer to a tipping point. And we know through experience it will take us about 2.5 days to recover from every day we are in a shutdown. If the shutdown ended today, we wouldn't catch up until July 3rd.
It has been 40 days now since that standoff started. Republicans and Democrats still trying to reach a deal on funding DHS, but time is running out for that. This Friday, Congress is scheduled to clock out for a Passover and Easter recess that will last for 2 weeks. Also during that hearing, officials said the shutdown would also impact security and safety during the FIFA World Cup games this summer.
The lapse in appropriations for DHS has impacted CISA's ability to proactively mitigate cyber risk and to support physical security resilience at a time when there are numerous large-scale events, including the America 250 celebration events and the FIFA World Cup, each of which require heightened preparedness.
According to insiders, TSA has run out of time with the World Cup just 3 months away now. The senior official for TSA says even if hiring were to resume after the DHS shutdown, new officers wouldn't reach checkpoints until long after the FIFA tournament ends. North Texas, of course, set to host 9 World Cup matches this summer starting in mid-June. That's more than any other World Cup venue. And Dallas police just got a big chunk of funding to help keep fans safe here. Here's Kevin Reese.
And the people who live near Fair Park tell me they welcome this added security coming with the FIFA World Cup, but they also hope that the new security cameras and the drones and the eyes in the sky just might stay long after FIFA is gone. Dallas Police Chief Daniel Como made the announcement this morning. $51.5 million federal dollars approved for increased security in Dallas during the FIFA World Cup. More than $22 million of that for more officers, more cameras, more security barricades at the Kay Bailey Hutchison Convention Center that will serve as the International Broadcast Center, and more security at Fair Park, where a fan fest will be held for 34 days. And across the street from Fair Park, Zach Thompson, who owns an off-site parking lot, hopes the focus on security in his neighborhood will be a new normal here in South Dallas.
The key is, after FIFA is gone, then what is the city of Dallas going to do to protect the citizens who live and work here and who are vested in South Dallas Fair Park?
Look, our goal is to make sure that everyone comes here, they feel safe, they can have a good time, they can enjoy what Dallas has to offer, and they don't have to be afraid or worried about anything.
The Dallas police chief says they also received a grant to mitigate or bring down any unapproved camera drones during the events. And he's already sent officers to Mexico and Qatar to study how they protect soccer fans there. In Dallas, I'm Kevin Reese.